Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to Margaret's Kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia, Tu Sangre es Tu Sangre, my authentic New Mexico cookbook. Remember, you can purchase it, www.nmcookbookmariabaca.com. You know what, I'm so excited. We went over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I just want to say thank you and thumbs up to all of you. Thank you for joining me and continue to share my YouTube channel with everyone. I would so gratefully appreciate it. God bless you all. Thank you. Anyways, I'm so excited today. My son-in-law's back. David is back and he's filming me today because, oh my God, it can be crazy trying to do it all by yourself. So I'm so grateful for my son-in-law, David. Anyways, again, thank you so much for joining me and whatnot. I'm so excited because I am actually going to make menudo and stuff, and more just because I wanted to finally, show you how I make it, how I make my menudo and stuff. This is how I learned. My grandpa taught me and stuff. There's a lot of stories about that one. But anyways, my grandfather, my dad's dad showed me how to make and eat menudo. And I was little. I was probably like 8 years old, maybe 7 years old, and it was great. But anyway, so first off, I started my pot and I have 8 cups of water in there just to start getting it going. But anyways, I've already cut up just the regular tripe. Woo-hoo. I've already cut all that up, and then now this is my honeycomb, and I'm going to be cutting this up. And I've already washed it and all that fun stuff. I have an onion, garlic powder. I have white pepper because I love pepper. And I also have my salt. And so all of that is going. And so that's like 2 tablespoons of salt. And that's what I'm going to put in my water. But anyway, so I'm going to start off with showing you how I cut my honeycomb and stuff. So this is what I'm doing. I just got this at the market, at the regular market. So, it's okay. It's menudo. It's tripe, but this is the honeycomb. And this is how I cut it. This is how I do it and stuff. So I like to add honeycomb to my menudo and stuff. So I'm going to separate this one because I had already cut up the other one. And I like this one because a lot of times it's thicker, and I like that part of the menudo. But anyways, let me tell you, on April 15th would have been my dad's birthday, but he's celebrating that birthday in heaven and stuff. And of course, all of you know that I said once we went over 1,000 subscribers, I was hoping it was close to Dad's birthday. And guess what? It is, because his birthday is on April 15th, tax day. And so anyways, so that day, I'm hoping I can get my mom to cook with me, and we're going to cook some of my dad's, a favorite meal of my dad's. I'm not going to tell you what, but also on that day, I am going to be doing a major giveaway, big giveaway. If you guys have been watching my videos, you'll know that I had said that once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I was going to give away a few gifts. And one big gift is going to be one of my favorite things to cook with and stuff. One of my favorite tools. It could be just about anything. It could be electric. It may not be. Anyways, but I'm going to give away a wonderful gift, several gifts. But the big gift will be, something that I love to cook with, that I enjoy using, and stuff that makes my life easier and stuff. So anyways, so I'm looking forward to that. And then of course I'm going to give a few small gifts, and I'm not going to tell you how many I'm going to do, but I'm going to give away a few things. So anyways, you guys, invite everybody, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying hard, getting better. And I love to talk. So for those of you that have said, lady, you talk too much. Well, I enjoy talking, I really do. And I love telling you stories about my childhood, about my dad, about my mom. I love talking about my siblings, my brothers and sisters. And as a matter of fact, one of my sisters was here yesterday. and I was cooking, and I haven't, you know, I don't know if I actually want to share that video yet, but oh my God, it was a crazy, crazy video. So some of you will be like, oh my God, what did she post it for? But anyway, so I haven't shared it yet. I was going to discuss it with my son-in-laws because they're the ones that truly helped me and stuff. So I did it on my own. It was so funny because, you know, some know that I do get insomnia really badly at times. And so the night before last, I hadn't slept at all, you know, just at all. I pretty much forgot to go to sleep. So here at 4:18 in the morning, I'm doing TikTok and this and that. Finally, about 5:30 in the morning, I said, you know what, I should try to lay down and go to sleep. So I did. I laid down for maybe just about an hour or so. So I was awake all day and whatnot. Finally, by the afternoon, I was like a zombie already, and I just needed to sleep. So while my sister was here, it was so funny because she's here and I'm making from scratch what do you call it? Fresh strawberry cake. You know, and I just felt like making it. You know, just it's the messiest cake you can possibly make. But the funny part was here I'm videotaping and doing it all myself and whatnot. And my sister's here. She's talking on the phone to one of her friends. And before you know it, she has the darn phone on, basically on speaker because she has it so darn loud. And I'm telling her, hey, let's see if I can get my sister to come and try my cake. And she's like, oh my God, you'd have thought that it was just terrible. Anyway, she comes and I don't even like cake. And she's telling the girl on the phone, I don't even like cake. I don't even like strawberries. That's not my... And really, everybody can probably hear it if I decide to publish it. And then she tastes it and she's going, oh, this is good. And then I'm telling, you know, I'm just talking and I'm always talking about my family and stuff. And I said, you know, we all, you know, my parents were blessed because all of their daughters, you know, there's 5 daughters, and all of us cook, you know. Some bake, some cook better than others and whatnot. But it was so funny because, you know, everybody has a favorite sister. And the 2 younger ones are each other's favorite. We all love each other. But, you know, every family, everybody has favorites, right? And I said, well, one of my sisters, oh my God, she puts us all to shame on how she cooks. I mean, bakes, not cooks. She can bake like nobody's business. Oh my God, she just bakes amazing. Once in a grand while, you know, she'll surprise my husband and she'll send him a package and she has cookies and stuff that she's baked because she doesn't live in this state. So anyways, one of my other sisters, she cooks really well. Hers is a little bit more different because her husband is extremely picky. And then another sister, we all run when she's baking because her baking's not that good, you know. Oh my God, you know, she scares us sometimes, but she tries and she bakes and whatnot. We all do, you know. I mean, everybody has their specialty. So my sister's here and she's going, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. Why, I didn't say nothing bad. I thought it's funny, you know, and stuff. So, you know, I enjoy it. I don't mention their names or whatever, but that's my thing. All of us have a specialty, you know, and this is mine. Mine is truly cooking. The sister that was here yesterday, she can cook. She cooks very old, you know. She cooks a lot more like, you know, the old way, very much the old way and stuff. But she loves it, you know, and her food is really, really tasty. And she tries other things, but she's good at making menudo and she's good at making pozol. I make pozol the way my mother taught me. And hers was using patitas and cueritos and, you know, and the authentic frozen pozol. And we get it, you know, we get it from, there's only one brand that most New Mexicans use that we've used all our lives. And that's what we use, you know. And so anyways, see the honeycomb, how pretty it is? There's hardly no fat. Look at this. It's just beautiful honeycomb. I love honeycomb. This is my favorite. So it's really pretty. So, it's beef tripe. So some of you don't know, today we went and picked up meat from the butcher. Because, we bought a cow and had it butchered and whatnot. Anyways, and he was telling me, it was kind of funny, He said, I don't even know where tripe comes from. And it was just one of their employees and whatever. And he says, I don't even know where tripe comes from. That's kind of strange, that I don't really know that. And I said, comes from the cow. It's part of the stomach, beef tripe, And it just kind of threw him over for a loop, like, oh, and then he turns around and he says, oh, that's right. But anyways, my husband's grandfather, he died when he was 91, I'm sorry. He died the year the Gulf War started. Well, he used to make menudo basically out of everything. And he made some really good lamb menudo. But what he did is that he actually baked it. It was cut up like I'm doing now, and then he laid it out in a cookie sheet and he baked it. It was phenomenal. It was so good. My husband at that time never ate menudo. That was not his thing. Later on in life, he began to like menudo, and now he orders it. When we go out to eat at one of our favorite restaurants, he'll order the menudo and stuff. And so I'm glad that he's finally liked it. But anyway, so let me tell you the funny story. My grandfather, my dad's dad, I went over because I was, like I've always told each and every one of you, everyone that has been following me, everybody knows that I was raised next door and blessed to be raised next door to my dad's family. My tios, great tias, my aunties, uncles, cousins on my dad's side. So we lived pretty much next door to my grandma and grandpa, my dad's parents. So my grandpa, he wasn't Mr. Farmer. He was what we call a gentleman farmer. But Grandpa always tried. He did his best. Well, anyways, so one day he butchered a cow, and we had gone over and whatnot, walked on over, and he was making menudo. So he started telling me how to make it and whatnot. And this is fresh tripe, right? It wasn't from the store. So he showed me how to, what to season it with, the whole 9 yards. And if anybody knows fresh tripe, you know exactly how you have to clean that panza and whatever, right? So finally the menudo's ready to eat, and Grandpa gets the cebolla, some chunky onions, and puts it in there. He put a little bit of oregano in there and whatever else he thought of, and some red chili, so we could eat it. So I said, gosh, Grandpa, I said, the menudo this is good. It tasted amazing. But I finally told Grandpa, I said, Grandpa, and he says, ¿Qué, mijita? ¿Qué pasa? And I said, Grandpa, is it supposed to be crunchy? I'm like tasting like granules. I told him, mija, no hay nada mal con eso. You can eat it. It's still good. Yeah, we cooked it. So everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say granules in there, But back then it was with the hose, and así no lo limpiaban, they would just clean it with the hose and, rinse it and whatever, and it was clean. So anyways, that was my first experience with menudo. You would think that I would have been like, are you kidding? It gave me the ganas to love menudo. I loved it. And then one time, my mother-in-law, she was telling me, one of her sister made menudo one time, and she hated cleaning the panza because they had a lot of cows and stuff. And so she just didn't. She said there has to be an easier way of cleaning this panza. So she got it. She got the panza, and she had rinsed it. She had rinsed it, but she said, this is crazy. So she got the panza and she put it in her washer on the cold, and she decided to wash it in the washer. Well, needless to say that when she decided to re-rinse, whatever, well, while she was cooking her menudo, she's looking and she's going, my God, why are there so many suds? And she's telling her husband, I don't know what is wrong here. So, so she's cooking it. It's finally ready, but dang, there is lots of suds. Well, your washing machine always has a lot of soap in it because that's what we do, right? We put soap in the wash. So needless to say, she ruined the whole panza because it tasted like soap. It was so funny. And not only that, guess what? She ruined her washer. So it was funny. So never put your tripe in the washer, and always rinse and wash your menudo by hand. And I had already rinsed all this, so that's the only part I didn't show you guys, but always rinse it, wash it really well. If you're butchering cows or whatnot, do that, because don't put it in the wash. So, and remember, you don't want your menudo to taste like granules, even though it was funny. And that's the story of my grandpa. And if you met my grandpa, he was just a funny grandpa. We just loved my grandpa. All of us. Oh, and he died young. I was only 19 when he passed away. And so only Mijita, Victoria, and Rachel, and Arjito James, my cousin James, they're the only ones that got to meet him as the great-grandchildren. And James was just a few months old. Rachel was just a few months old. And Victoria was 3 when he passed. So they don't have the kind of memories that I have because they were great-grandchildren. And he died young. He died from beryllium exposure. He worked for the national labs. And he was in contact with toxic and chemical exposure. And it's so strange because this is exactly what my husband has, toxic and chemical exposure. But his was from being in Iraq. And so anyway, so what happened is Grandpa was exposed to beryllium at the national labs. And so anyways, it affected his lungs and he died from that. At that time, they thought it was like a lung cancer. Like it was like mesothelioma, but they didn't know back then that his was caused by beryllium. Anyways, so Grandpa died young, but we have funny stories about him, And here I go again. You guys, welcome to Margaret's Kitchen. Thank you for joining me in Margaret's Kitchen. I love talking and cooking and just sharing, but I am so excited because today my son-in-law David is here helping me. So everybody knows when David is here because my videos come out amazing. And everybody knows when I'm doing it by myself because Lord Jesus, yesterday, as I was telling you about my sister, she's here and I'm trying to videotape and do this and do that. Before you know it, that darn camera falls on the floor. Oh, it was, like I said, I don't know if I want to post the video, but we could win the dumbest video you've ever seen in life because, oh God. And then, but anyway, so that's the story of Menudo, of how I learned. But look at how beautiful. I love honeycomb. Check this out. Isn't this nice? Look at this. It's just beautiful. And also I have patitas. I always put a few patitas de puerco, pig's feet, in my menudo because I enjoy a good patita and stuff. So I do that as well. And stuff. So I love to do that. And then what I do is I add onions, and then I add garlic powder, salt, and white pepper because I love pepper and stuff. I love pepper. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So again, welcome to Margaret's Kitchen here in New Mexico. So remember, on Facebook, everywhere you see, you'll see Margaret's Kitchen. Check it out on Facebook. I love it. And then on my Amazon store, check out all the cookbooks. I have a lot of cookbooks on my Amazon store. So just look up Margaret's Kitchen on Amazon. Margaret's Kitchen NM, Margaret apostrophe S, Kitchen NM. And so check out all of the cookbooks I have in there. I have a lot of authentic cookbooks and that are for sale, including my own, of course. But check it out. And if not, just go to my website and you can buy my cookbook, Comidas de mi Familia, Tu Sangre es Tu Sangre. My authentic New Mexico cookbook that's been out for a year and a month now. And I had this 3-hour conversation, just about a 3-hour conversation on the phone yesterday with my mom. And it was so nice. Her and I talked about everything under the sun. And we just it was just one of those days that we just had a wonderful conversation early in the morning. I think she called me like what time was it? About 7, I think, that she called me, and we just stayed chatting for 2 hours and 47 minutes. So we had a wonderful conversation, you know. But I'm hoping that I could get my mom here, so on camera, so that we can make a few of my dad's favorite meals, and she'll just be watching and guiding me, and stuff with a lot of the, you know, with a lot of dad's meals that he likes. Like I said, she'll just be watching and guiding, and she'll probably get in there and cook and show how she makes her red chili. Mom makes the bomb red chili, you know. She's really good at all that. That is her specialty, you know, and stuff. So, you know, which is wonderful. Anyways, let me clean this real quick. Let me put this board away and check out my cookbook so you guys can see it. I'm always dropping something, but whatever. You know, it's okay. So anyways, I'm going to get this board, put it away, and give me a second. Wash my hands. That's what I'm going to do. And wash my hands really well. Get me another cutting board for the onions. Anyways, so here's my other cutting board. And I'm going to get my my other knife. So again, thank you. Welcome to Margaret's Kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia, Tu Sangre es Tu Sangre, my authentic New Mexico cookbook. So now what we're going to do real quick is I've already washed all the menudo. Everything's washed really, really well. And we're going to place it in my pot. And I already have a little bit of water in here and stuff so that the water can, you know, start getting going. And then get my other one. I'm going to put my patitas in there. And this is my way. This is my way of cooking. This is for my family and stuff. And so it may not be the way you learned or how you make it, but this is my way of making it. Oops, turned on the micro. Don't you just love my huge Thatsable? This is the Mega Thatsable from Tupperware. I sold Tupperware for a very long time. 30 years of selling Tupperware on and off, and I loved it. And so I had to finally stop. I have everything. Literally have everything. So anyways, and then now, dropped one. I'm going to add 8 more cups of water. So that's 16 cups of water. Okay, so this is about how much I want in here for now. I'm going to turn my heat up because now, you know, and the one thing everybody knows is that the menudo does, you know, shrink. So I'm going to put that just a little bit. And now we're going to cut the onion. And then afterwards I'll put the salt. But we're going to let it come to a quick boil real quick. And then once it boils, what I am going to do is once it starts to boil for a little bit, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty that water, and I am going to pour 16 cups of water in there. And the reason I do that is because I like to, try to get some of the grease off. So everybody knows that when I cut my onions, I hold my knife this way first, and I go down to cut the onion. It's a major big onion. And so I always cut it this way. You have the root and you have a tail here. So I cut this part of the tail off, and I'm going to cut it just a little thicker. Excuse me. And take the rest of this part off. And I won't dice my onion real thin, but I always leave the root on for now. Okay? And then you'll see that after a while, after a few hours of cooking, then we add some red chili to it. And see this one, I'm going to cut like this. You see how I use my knife? So I like to cut the onion just a little bit thicker. And we're going to have this ready for when it begins to boil. The water begins to boil. And then look at this. So they're just about, I guess what, about a 1/2 inch pieces, would you say, David?
Yeah.
Something like that, huh? So just cutting them. And now my son-in-law, David, you want to talk about somebody that knows how to use a smoker? My son-in-law does. That guy can smoke some meat. So one day I'm going to get him in here, and we're going to, once the summer comes, him and I will do some smoking outside in my outdoor kitchen, and he just does amazing on smoking stuff. So for Easter, I think we're gonna smoke a brisket and other stuff. I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave that there and get this other thing. Hold on. I have two, and I love these because they're good for picking up the dough. They're good for helping to pick up the onions and stuff. And then, so what I'm going to do here, put this in the bowl. And I'm raw at doing video and stuff, but you know what? This is who I am. That's that video I told you about yesterday. Oh my God. It's a funny video. It's worse than my TikToks. And I love to do TikTok. It's just fun. I am not a drinker at all. I don't drink, but I just do fun videos, and it's just fun. And my daughters, they told me earlier, they were here earlier because I made pozole today, because it was one of those days that it's perfect to make pozole. And so, and my menudo will cook, for several hours overnight, whatnot. And it was funny because my grandson says, Gami, you shouldn't be making TikToks like this. It's not good. I go, but it's funny. He goes, Gami. But other people don't know that you don't drink. So they think you were probably going to drink that whole gallon of wine. I laughed. I thought that was funny. So again, this is what I'm doing with this. And then I will add oregano and 1 can of hominy. Now when I'm making pozole, I use the frozen pozole, and that's what it's called, frozen pozole. And stuff. That's what we've always used. It's frozen pozole. So it has to pop. It has, you have to cook it, let it pop. It's not like the canned hominy. The canned hominy is really cooked, and you're really just putting it just to, keep cooking a little bit so that everything can get their flavor. So with the menudo, I will be using a canned hominy, and just a small can, because I'm not a person that likes hominy in my menudo. But this is what I'm gonna do. And I do put a lot of onion. I love onion in my menudo to cook and stuff. And then of course afterwards, I'll, the oregano and whatnot. My grandpa never taught me how to eat it with anything else. My niece, her mom makes awesome, her version of pozole. And so her version, they use the canned hominy and whatnot, and, nice chunks of meat. And so my niece's mom makes really good pozole and stuff. And so it's hard for my niece to like ours because she's been used to her mom's kind of pozole, her mom's pozole, which is the hominy, the canned hominy. And let me tell you, her pozole is delicious. and stuff. And then we're used to the way we learned, you know, New Mexico cooking, we use the frozen pozole. You know, that's what we use and stuff. So these are all my onions. Is that a lot of onions? I know it is, you know, and stuff. So let me throw all this away. And then, but you know, the thing about it is that now I can use this for this. Throw this away. Put my board away. I do not have a sous chef, so everything I do is me doing it. Okay, let me wash my hands. Wow, how's it coming? Oh yeah. It's looking great. Check that out. Isn't it good? And I don't put salt or nothing in it yet because I like it to, like I said, just like to cook it just for a little bit. And then I'll pour it in. And then we'll put clean water. Just a second. Check that out. Look at that, David, how neat it looks.
It's kind of pretty nice.
It looks pretty good, huh? And stuff. So anyways, what I am going to do is I'm going to get my strainer. I'm going to wash my board a little bit just to get it out of the way. Tell I was chilling a while ago. So like I said, I have to do all my own. I don't have a sous chef standing here doing my dishes. So for now I'm going to rinse my board just to get all that off of it. And then after a little bit I'll put Clorox and redo it. But I just want to move it out of the way because I'm going to drain everything. Like I said, just rinsing everything off for now. These I'm going to leave these I'll wash some more in a little bit once I start to do this. So just a little bit, we're going to start to drain our pozole, our menudo, thinking pozole still. So with that, I'm going to put my other ingredients here because we're going to need it in just a few. So again, we're doing our onions, my white pepper, my garlic powder, my salt. This is what's going in first. And then once I drain this, oh, this is looking good. Looks pretty good. You're going to have to take some to your mom, David. You know, my comadre, Marcela, makes menudo. Well, she used to. She doesn't cook much anymore. But she used to make menudo. And, you know, a few people make menudo. Now I think menudo's begotten to be a lot more popular. Did you guys eat a lot of menudo, David?
Yeah, we always have menudo.
Did you? Yeah. You know, that wasn't something my mom made. You know, I learned that from my grandpa. Because my mom didn't make menudo. You know, mom made it. You know, grandma made other stuff. But not menudo. It wasn't my dad's favorite thing. And stuff. So, did your grandma make it?
We used to butcher, when I was younger, we used to butcher a lot of our meat. And we cleaned the
panza?
The stomach and make menudo. And
so your grandma would make it? What did she do different? Do you remember what your grandma did?
Oh, shoot, I was so young, I really don't remember.
No? Yeah, was it when they lived in Cuba or
No,
New
here.
Mexico or?
They lived here in the South Valley.
Oh, okay. So nobody really lived in Cuba, New Mexico much?
When I was around, no.
Oh, okay. Okay. And well, then too, when you were growing up too, you guys lived in Germany for a while, right? Or you were just born there?
I was just born there.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it was kind of a new thing for you too then, when your grandma was cooking it and your mom and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The girls, my Ireland loves she could eat menudo. She liked it, you know, growing up because she'd watch me do it. And Ireland was really cute because Ireland learned how to eat the tripitas and everything, you know. The first time that Mexican market opened up, we went over there and we said, "Ooh, look at how good all this stuff looks." So she was sitting there eating the what do you call it? What were they? The tripitas, and they fried them really fried. And she was sitting there eating them like they were chicharrones, you know. So she loved them. She thought it was the greatest thing. Her mama was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe my child's doing that," you know. But anyways, you know, remember my authentic New Mexico cookbook. You guys, you know, thank you for buying it, and the ones that have purchased it already, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just, you know, I really just truly appreciate it, you know, and so you guys check it out. You can check out my story. I have, you know, just my amazing family on there. My little brother told me that I need to make another cookbook. I shouldn't be sharing all the recipes and stuff. So it was just neat. And, you know, our family matanza, you know, these are like my favorite pictures. Yeah, they don't make a lot of sense to everybody, but this picture here of my dad and myself and my husband, this was my dad's last matanza, this picture. And so that picture was taken in 2012. And I get so emotional when I see this picture because that was the last matanza my dad did himself. He made the chicharrones and stuff. And here he is. This is that picture as well. And then these pictures right here, my husband was in the Navy and he came home on his first furlough. And my parents hosted a big matanza for him. So here you have some of my uncles and my brother, my oldest brother, and my mom's brothers, and then my dad's brothers. And this was a huge matanza, you know, celebrating my husband's, you know, homecoming from one of his furloughs. And so anyway, so it's just really neat. My mom's meal. These are my mom's meals. These are the things that she taught us to cook during Lent. And stuff, and so it's just really neat. And then of course I love shrimp cocktails. Some people, you know, make it a little different, it'll be ceviche, you know, things like that. But you know what, this is my cookbook, my authentic New Mexico cookbook. All these vegetables here, guess what, my husband grew all of these vegetables and stuff. So this is his beautiful garden, you know, garden vegetables and stuff. And so, you know, I have a lot of fun stuff in my cookbook, and like I said, it's just something that we enjoy. And then of course here, I love making different trays and stuff. I love making olive trays, and I can make a charcuterie tray like nobody's business. And then our breakfast says, anyways, just wanted to share a little bit of what's in my cookbook and stuff, you know. My husband's favorite, you know, that he really truly enjoys is, and these are all my dad's chicharrones, my chicharrones, carne adobada, red chili ribs and whatnot. And so, you know, it's just fun, you know, it's just so much fun. And so let me get a few more in here real quick and stuff so you guys can just see what's in my cookbook and stuff. You know, like I said, I truly enjoy everything in my, you know, a lot of these recipes, like I said, the majority, 90% of these recipes were handed down from generation to generation. And then our desserts, you know,
Bizcochitos.
Oh yeah, the bizcochitos, you know, the bread pudding. What is it? Everybody calls it sopa or capirotada. My husband's grandma's, you know, empanaditas, you know, just everything, you know. Like I said, it's my book, and I'm very proud of it. and stuff. And then of course different pies and stuff that I've made, and you know, just everything. So if you're looking for something in here, you'll probably find it, you know. But it's my authentic New Mexico cookbook, Comidas de mi familia, tu sangre es tu sangre, and I dedicated it to my father. He was, like I tell everybody, he was my biggest cheerleader. He meant the world to me. So these are his ristras that him and my mother made. Those are his final ristas. And the pictures, all the front cover, the back cover, my son-in-law David took these pictures. And they came out amazing. They became my cover pictures. Thank you, David. They became so cherished, even more so, because these are all Dad's ristas, him and Mom. They would sit there and make a ton of them. Okay, this is starting to heat really well and stuff, and check it out. Look at this. Oh, man. Looks good. You know, it smells great. And you know, if you clean it right, you won't have a smell. You really won't. Some people, I think it's just a thing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm turning it down off for a little bit, and now I'm going to drain it. This is heavy. I'm going to turn on the cold water. And I'm going to drain it. And it's just more because take all the old liquid out. So it boiled. I turned it off right away. And then we're going to just drain it really well. I'm going to put this here. Put this in the sink. And then I'm going to pour it back in here. Ooh, it's hot. And then I'm going to put warm water. Look at it, it's already shrunk. Check that out. Look at that. It's already pretty much shrunk a little bit. So remember when I first put it in, it was pretty full. And now look where it's at. So I'm just putting warm water.
About another 16 cups?
It's exactly 16 cups, yep. It'll be exactly 16 cups. You got that. And so it looks pretty good. Check that out. Isn't that amazing? Our Mika has arrived. So that's our doggy that's barking away. Our grandson's doggy, David's boy. Okay, so now we're going to get this and we're going to put it back on the stove. Okay, and I'm going to put it back on. I have a power boil on this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put half the onions. Okay. So it's just half of the onions for now. And then I'm going to put my salt. Okay. I'm going to put my white pepper. And I'm going to put my garlic powder. You know, I prefer to use the garlic powder. It's easier and I love garlic powder, period. And so, so what I'm going to, that's why I put the garlic powder, because see, the kids eat it. And sometimes they don't want to bite into garlic. You know, they don't want to do that. And so I don't put the chili or seeds or anything right away. I wait until it's boiling again. And then we'll add the seeds. Okay, let's see what happens in a few. Okay, everyone, let's check out and see how my pozole came out. No. What am I making? My menudo. How the menudo came out this morning. I just wanted to see if you guys were paying attention. Anyway, so now let's check it out. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at that. It looks amazing. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that.
So now, what I'm going to do is I am going to add my oregano. And so I'm going to put it, like it's about a tablespoon. So what I do is I'm crushing it, wiping it through my hands, just to crush it up. Okay. Like I said, this is how I learn. This is how I do it. Everybody does something different. But in Margaret's kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia, this is how I do it. Oh my God. And you'll see, Odetta, look at this. Look at this. It's amazing. Look at that. Love it, love it. And then I've already drained my hominy. So it's the Mexican style hominy. And I'm going to put this in here. Okay, and it's just the Mexican style hominy, the one I prefer to use. And then, as you guys know, I made red chili the other day, and well, just yesterday, day before yesterday. And so it's warm. Look at that. And I don't like a lot of hominy, so this is just perfect. Okay, now I'm going to add my red chili, my prepared red chili. There's no meat in it. It's just the red chili, look. And it's just a little bit, just a little over a cup. And I had to reserve some so I could do this. So I made the chili for my pozole that I made yesterday. And you see it all? This is amazing. So we're going to just let it cook. And cook. And it's just a little color. I don't want it red, you know, from the chili and stuff. So, because I want to still be able to see everything. And you guys to see everything. That's how I do it. You know, just a little bit. Look at this. Just a little bit of red chili, watch. It's just a little bit. Just enough for color. And so the oregano and the onions, the rest of the onions went in. And so now we'll just let it come to a little bit of a boil. Let it cook a little bit longer. About another hour. So this was exactly 10 pounds. Imagine that. 10 pounds of beef tripe cut up. That sounds like a lot. And look, it doesn't make that much. You know, so if you have to make for a big crowd, you need a lot of beef tripe. But look at how pretty it is. And not only that, there's very, very little grease in here. Very little. And that's because when I first put it on, I let it come to a little boil, let it cook a little bit, let it melt off some of that grease. And look at that. Look at that. So I let it come to that, just a little bit of a boil, not a heaping boil, just a small boil. And then I drain it, and then I refill it, let it come to a big heaping boil. Then I lower the heat. You know, I have a gas stove, so I have numbers, on my gas stove, it's, I put it all the way down to number 2. And then I let it just cook. So I'll let this cook for 5 hours, and because that's, until it's nice and tender. Look at that. And as you know, and I mentioned it to you guys that it will shrink. Look at this. Look at this. So your menudo does shrink when it's boiling and stuff. So all of a sudden there's all kinds of, look at that patita. Yum. Look at this. And there's very little hominy in here and stuff. So it's like, who wants a bowl of pozole? And so, like I said, I'll let this cook about another hour on low, an hour and a half, till we're ready to eat it. But I will let it cook for at least an hour and a half, because I just want it all to get all the flavor now. Extra flavor. Look at this. Look at that. So, okay, let's see again. Welcome to Margaret's Kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia. Tu sangre es tu sangre, my authentic New Mexico cookbook that I just love, you know, that and stuff. And so, this pot of menudo is dedicated to my grandpa. You know, Demesio Martinez Sr. and stuff. So, as my grandma called him, Deme and stuff, and we called him Grandpa, our angel. He was just, you know what, to his grandchildren, he was an angel here on earth. He was just amazing. But anyway, so this is in my cookbook, Comidas de mi Familia. You know what, don't forget, you guys, please, 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 please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up, but please subscribe. I love that we have a lot of watchers, but I need you all to subscribe. Just hit subscribe, please, the subscribe button and stuff, you know, just hit that. I would appreciate it. And remember, you can buy my cookbook on www.nmcookbookmariabaca.com. And I would love for everybody in the world to have my cookbook and stuff. And so don't forget also that on April 15th would have been my dad's birthday here on earth, but he will be celebrating his birthday in heaven and stuff, you know, as he has for almost the last 7 years and things. So remember, I'm going to do something really special, cook his favorite, one of his favorite all-time meals, and hopefully I can get my mother, my precious mother, to come and to, you know, showcase something with me, you know, and then we're doing a giveaway. I'm not going to tell you how many giveaways, but I am going to give one big giveaway and stuff. So, okie dokie, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bueno, bye for a few minutes.